In this video training, I want to address the problem a lot of my private coaching clients have right now, and probably that means that you may have too. Afraid of the cold calling, not going to approach immediately from the cold call, but I will send a WhatsApp blast, and then whomever will reply back to me, I potentially will call them. But the thing is that you do not call. You are still afraid, even though they kind of volunteered and told you, yeah, we are looking to sell. So in this training, I will go through the model, which not only going to help you to finally convert your client or potential client into actual leads, but as well help you to systemize your lead generation. Because if you're only looking for those who are selling now, you're not building a pipeline for a future. Without a future pipeline, your lead generating effort going to be always focused on a now business. But you want to really start generating business for 2, 3, 4, 12 months ahead. And that's why I put an additional twist on it, which you will see if you, of course, watch the video till the end. And by the way, if you feel like maybe it's a time for you to reach out to me and for us to see what kind of coaching relationship, how is it work with me, potentially will benefit you and your business, and of course the amount of commission you will be able to pocket and by the end of the month, there is going to be a link in the description of this video, and that's a direct chat with me. Get to the video. In this quick session, I will refresh and remind what we actually do with the leads that we already received. For example, you did a WhatsApp blast and some landlords and property owners responded to you that we do have this listing available. Most agents, they just drop there and they're waiting magically for a client to appear for something which is not yet even a pocket listing. So let's be proactive, and everyone you ever reach out on the WhatsApp and they responded to you, let's narrow down them into whom you actually want to deal with in terms of area, in terms of number of bedrooms, thinking which type of commission you want to pocket every month, and let's start calling them. The first approach will be really very easy. It's not a complete cold call. You spoke with them on WhatsApp. However, it doesn't mean that they own the property. I highly recommend you not to engage with them on WhatsApp before you're going to do this call. Just call them directly. Do not create avoidance with checking the DXB Interact or Property Monitor, trying to understand, have this unit been sold or rented or what's going on. You time yourself for 45 minutes. And during these 45 minutes, you're going to be just dialing the numbers. And your goal, I will remind you, is not to have a pocket listing, is not to have a listing, is just to dial the number and have a good conversation, creating a potential lead with someone whom you then can warm up with your reports, with the information that you will be sharing. Because of it, on top of their mind, whenever time will come for them to list the property, they will remember you. It works way better than, please, whenever you need any sales or rentals, save my number and text me. They will never do that. So let's get into that. Hi, name. It's just Olga. We previously spoke on WhatsApp regarding your unit and XYZ. I'm just calling to see, have you already sold it? Again, it just Olga creates familiarity. They actually know you, which is true. They do. I'm calling regarding unit XYZ, and I am not looking to have it still available. Why? Because probably they were trying to sell it. That's why they responded. And how come it's still available? That's my question. Like, what's wrong with, I don't know, with the strategy you're trying to approach, or why you still haven't sold that? So they, answering this question, they're going to convince you and themselves that they still have it. So if they sold it, oh, congratulations. You shouldn't sound as someone who recently lost a dear once. The tone of the voice when I'm listening to the call recording of the agent and they finding out that the seller already is not the seller anymore, he sold the unit, you're just like, oh, okay. And if he's like, oh yeah, still have it. Oh, fantastic. Jesus Christ. That gives the seller a great indication that you are very much focused on what? Yourself and commission. You don't really care about him. So congratulations, was that recent? Why we ask, was it recent? Because we just need to understand, does he still have the money? However, it doesn't mean that he still does, but at least it gives us an opportunity to follow the conversation and understand a little bit more about not a seller anymore, potentially a buyer. Not to ask like a personal question. Have you purchased something instead, or this amortization that you put? Not to ask like a personal question. I advise you to use. Do not overuse it, of course, not to add it on to each and every question you do, but this makes them feel that you're not asking like a personal question. And if they will say, "Oh no, I don't want to respond," yeah, well, I understand. You see that it doesn't make you, for you as well, feel like you're pushy or nosy. No, I'm not selling it anymore, which is fine. Possible. That means from the beginning, he never had a proper intent. I see. Just for me to understand, do you live in the property yourself, or if you don't know that yet, we still have to understand whom are we talking to? Is it an end user? Is it he an investor? What's going on? Yes, I do. I'm calling because I have a pre-approved mortgage buyer who looking to close the deal currently as soon as possible. Would you be totally against the idea of having the offer on the property if the price will make sense for you, of course? You can say something like, would you totally hate it? And he will say potentially, well, yeah, I can consider, you never know. The would you be totally against is the same as you asking, are you 100% satisfied? No one's going to say, yes, I'm 100% satisfied. Well, even those who are purchased Ferrari yesterday, today, believe me, they will find some reason why they do not like it anymore that much. If you don't want to be so direct, you can future paste it and say something like, oh, I see. I currently work with a pre-approved mortgage buyer, so he is looking to close a deal ASAP. Would you potentially? I understand that you're living in the property yourself now. Would you be totally against maybe to have an offer on the property maybe in like 2-3 years? Would it be completely no for you? You have to see the room for yourself to re-engage with this client. And then whatever he's going to say, this is what makes us a super agent. I'm just going to highlight it then and there. Because for you to be able to follow up, you should have something to follow up regarding. If your follow-up is like, hey, mister, you're not selling anymore. Okay, I'm going to give you a call. Is it okay if I will give you a call in 3 months? No, it's not actually okay. You're just bothering me. But if I will instead provide the value, and the marketing reports can be very simple, can be really complex, depends on which kind of environment you are selling, which type of sellers are you talking to. It's going to be an end users, would be probably something simpler. But anyway, from the beginning, let's start from basic information about transaction for rental and sales for the past couple of months. Let's talk about quarterly reports, so you're not going to be overwhelmed that you have to send it out every month. I would still add on a piece of news about the area. Whatever is coming up, and you shop small, some discounts, just anything, which it's easy for you to find online. Whatever he says, I like this amortization. Oh, I respect that. Just before I go, this is how we're going to audit. I go. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not sure that makes sense for you. But we actually send monthly. Yeah. Let's click it to, oops. I'm just guessing. Oh, wow. I spell quarterly without mistake. That's a new for me. We send monthly, quarterly market reports to our clients with the details of latest transaction and price projection. This helps you to stay informed about the market trends, about regarding any future decisions. Would that be useful if you had this report in your email as well? Would that be useful if you would have this information as well? And at this point, you silence yourself and you wait for him to say, yeah, of course, great. I never heard anyone would say no to a market report. They don't have time. If it's an end user or an investor specifically, they want to stay ahead of the trends. This is what they want. They want to know whenever the prices already start to go down on this high market. They don't want to miss it. And guess what? Every time you're sending out the reports, you have an opportunity to do a call back to this client saying, hi, Mr. Client, it's just Olga here. Just creates familiarity, just Olga here. I'm calling you because I sent a report a couple of days ago. Just want to double check. Sometimes it goes to junk. Have you received it okay? Have you had time to go through that? Okay, so what are your thoughts on that? So you see that as an engaging in conversation and becoming a real expert. This is what we want to be selected a first agent I would not say the first agent, to be a first agent to know that they're actually about to enter the sales process.